Okay.
Hi, I'm with Bob Hussey, who is one of my fellow expeditioners here with Biosphere Expeditions in Malawi. And Bob, thanks a lot for doing this interview. Uh, you've done 6 of these, is that correct?
Yep, I've done 6. First one in 2002, I did Peru, in the Peruvian Amazon, which was a great experience for me, somewhere I'd never been, and out in an area that I always wanted to visit. I think the thing that I liked about that and some of the subsequent ones I've been on is that it was not, it was off the beaten track and not areas where people have previously spent a lot of time. So you could say you've been somewhere that not a lot of people have been to, and it was still relatively wild. After Peru, I went, it was about a 5-year gap, and then I went to Brazil in the Atlantic rainforest. We didn't see an awful lot there, but we had a really good group, so it was still an enjoyable trip, even though every day when you left camp you had to wade through a river, so you had soaking wet boots and feet for the whole of the day.
Quite a contrast from here, where we haven't
Well,
seen
yeah,
any water at
absolutely.
all, really.
Absolutely. Then I went back to Peru just to see if it changed at all, because I really liked where we were before. But it was starting to change, unfortunately, because
We're getting the rare breeze right now.
Yeah.
If you wonder what this noise in the background is, we can all hold our arms
Yeah.
up.
but yeah, going back to Peru was good. It still seemed to have a good selection of wildlife there, which is one of the reasons I went. Then a few years later, I went to Namibia, which was a complete contrast to the ones I've been on before in jungle. That was in a more open, more similar to where we are here, but on a much smaller scale and on a game reserve rather than a national park as this is. And then 3 years ago I went to Sumatra, which is probably a bit more of a challenge. We went there, it was supposedly a tiger research project. In reality, tigers hadn't been seen in the areas we were for at least 30 years. And the evidence of, I mean, there's plenty of prey species there, but you didn't get to see an awful lot. And it was quite hard work in very humid conditions, and the hikes were generally up fairly steep hills each day. And before the end of it, I slipped and fell and gave myself a fairly nasty whack on the shin, which incapacitated me for the end of the second week. So that wasn't my greatest experience. So
No.
probably of the ones I've been on, that's the least favourite.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the physical activity required to do this.
Yeah.
We've done some 10-kilometer hikes on this one, but other than the heat, hasn't been too bad, really.
No, here it's been, because all the hikes have been flat effectively, then there's not, as you say, the heat and the flies, although the flies are worse in the journey there than actually when you're walking.
Those tsetse flies are the devil incarnate.
Yeah, they are the one thing that would put you off coming back is the tsetse flies. But no, here has been good because there is wildlife, although it's sometimes not easy to find. But the fact that you've got elephants wandering through 30 yards from camp is a definite bonus.
Well, what keeps bringing you back to Biosphere Expeditions as opposed to doing, say, a more traditional safari or birding expedition? I've noticed you're quite a birder. But
Yeah, I like the fact that they are in areas usually that haven't been well studied. That you're going somewhere that is off the beaten track. That it's not a organised safaris. I have been on a couple of organised safaris, and they're good, but they're different, and they tend to be focused on trying to find specific animals and if you like, trying to tick off a list. Whereas here, it's more you're in the environment where the animals exist, and we know from camera traps as well as our own observations that there is quite a variety of wildlife here. You may not see it, but it's the chance of seeing something. I mean, probably the highlight for me, bizarrely, was seeing the spitting cobra on the second night.
yeah, highlight might not be exactly the right term, as I thought, oh my, I don't know if I'll be getting up to go to the bathroom tonight or not.
but it's sort of brought home to you that you're not, you are out of your comfort zone, you're
Yeah,
out of your normal environment.
you're not in London anymore.
Yeah. And it, again, I've always been fascinated by snakes, so to see, it was a perfect scenario for me because it was far enough away not to be a danger to me, but it was set up, I could take a photo of it
Yeah.
and observe it rather than...
And you did get a good photo of
Yeah.
it, which I will be featuring in this
Mhm.
piece here. I'll probably cut it right in right here. What would you tell somebody who is considering going on a Biosphere expedition?
I think that probably one of the things that brings me back, and that is a good plus point, is they are well organised, they're well researched, they don't try and pull the wool over your eyes about what it's going to be like. It isn't your typical safari or anything like that. It's, you are coming to join in with the research activity. It's not luxury, it's a basic level, but not too basic. And I'd say the ethic, their approach in terms of the way they spend the money, the way they ensure that the projects that they support are, they have quite rigid criteria as to what they will and won't support in terms of projects, that there's genuine research that they hope will make a difference. So here, it's an unstudied area, so hopefully with the data they collect, they will be able to have data to try and persuade local government and the national government here that this is an area worth protecting, and that that maybe ultimately they can get tourism income here potentially.
Wow.
But who knows, if they can find a way of controlling tsetse flies, they'd have a better chance.
Well, I think that would be a noble outcome for our research here. Bob, thanks a lot for your time.
Okay, no
And hope
problem.
to see you on another Biosphere
Indeed.
one of these days.
Yeah.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you.